I truly believe that in 2023, there's no better way for a person to create their dream life than by harnessing technology. The tech industry has so many avenues to success, whether that's a traditional 9 to 5 job, building a side hustle while you have a day job, and selling them as a solopreneur, or starting your own large venture capital backed business. When you have the core skills of building something great and being able to sell it, the world is your oyster, and there's almost no organization that you can't add value to. To become an industry leader in tech though, not only do you have to have the core skills, you have to have the right mindset in order to get you into places that are successful. This week, I'm at a company-wide product management conference for a large tech company where I got to listen to some of the company's highest ranked officials talk about what made them successful. And I'm gonna share those lessons with you. As we mentioned, one of the key competencies to succeeding in tech is being able to sell. As a matter of fact, I'd say that's important really no matter what industry you're in. One of the VPs at this conference mentioned how no matter what line of business you're in, you're essentially always selling, especially as you move up the ladder. Whether that's selling people on your ideas, buying into projects, etc., you have to be able to show people the vision that you're actually talking about. If you're trying to convince your boss to give you a promotion, you're selling them on your work and your ideas. If you're trying to get funding for a business idea, then you're trying to sell that to a venture capitalist. Wherever you go, it's an important part of the picture. In fact, the art of storytelling is one of the things that's enabled Amazon to really differentiate itself as an industry leader. The company is really focused on a customer-driven mindset. It's what's enabled them to keep a singular focus on their individuals. People don't just care about how you've improved your products. They really care about how it's going to make their lives better. For Amazon, this has been a game changer. There's no way they would have been able to convince people that having products show up to your door in 2 hours would be successful if they just talked about that improvement. They actually have to put it into context on people's lives. Showing how delivering necessities during the pandemic can save somebody's life is really that storytelling power. However, storytelling doesn't just come in a singular format. It's not just about ads, it's not just about writing newsletters. You have to be able to really master the art of storytelling in short and long form content. Sometimes you're in a scenario where you'll be able to do a 1-minute elevator pitch with somebody and have them really look through your idea. But a lot of the times that looks different. Maybe it's a sales presentation. The identity of it is that you have to be able to tell the story and how what you're doing impacts a key user throughout any stage. There's actually something known as the hero's journey in a book called StoryBrand. What this does is it outlines how any person is going through the same sort of journey. The story starts out with every person thinking of themselves as a hero. They're embarking on a journey, no matter what that is, whether that's just their day-to-day life or a specific task that they're trying to achieve. At a certain point, the hero is going to run into an issue, and the essential part of the story is that they run into a guide who will provide them a solution along the way. Your goal as a storyteller is to be that solution. You want to be something that remediates people's problems no matter where they are. If you can tell a person how you are the solution to their problem at any point, you can position yourself as the savior of their hero's journey, which then enables you to be a part of the rest of their journey along the way. The different types of storytelling also come into a huge picture in the business world today. Entrepreneurship is vastly different than how it was 25 years ago. It's not all about TV ads or getting the most time booked. Now, a person can really take control of a lot of their narrative, using things like Twitter, newsletters, YouTube, etc. to build an audience and community for themselves of people who support their brand no matter what it is. In fact, there's a company named Dula that basically helps people start LLCs overseas. The founder of this business actually rebranded himself as Mr. LLC because he understood that having a person who's synonymous with the word LLC outweighs the benefits of explaining any individual product. It's really about the identity. It's about who and why they're doing the solution. As I went through this conference, one of the SVPs of this company also described that there's 3 keys to being a leader. You need to learn how to sell, you need to learn how to manage budgets and learn P&L, and then you need to learn your management style. I won't spend too much time talking about the selling side because we already covered it a decent bit, but the last 2 can be honestly really interesting. Understanding P&L is more than about just understanding simple personal finances. Yeah, you might be good at understanding how to do your budget, but in large business, P&L and finances have much more to that. It's not just about making sales. You have to really understand key concepts like leveraging debt, startup runway, venture capital, etc. Understanding these can really make a key difference in taking your business to the next level. The number one reason why companies fail is that they run out of money. And so understanding how a cap table works and how you can maximize your company's equity to get you the furthest and while still retaining as much equity for yourself as possible will make a huge difference in your overall journey. The management style thing is really interesting too. Oftentimes you actually have to adapt your management style quite a bit in order for your company or your organization to be successful. The first thing is simple. You have to create an inspiring vision around which you can rally your team. Now sometimes that doesn't look the same. Your company's vision really are the guiding principles for what will move your business forward. Additionally, one of the SVPs here mentioned the fact that you have to not only know how to build a team of qualified people, the team should actually complement your skill set. And this is why it's important to know your own skills. What are you good at? What are the things that come naturally to you? What are the things that you maybe struggle in? If you can hire people in areas that complement your skill set, you can build a really well-rounded organization where you're not a bottleneck. The third key idea to learn is that making great decisions actually involves changing your mind a lot. And in order to do that, you want to build a team that stress tests your ideas. There's an idea at big tech companies that you should be right a lot by being able to make strong decisions. The best way to do this is to ensure that you validate your ideas by continuing to take in feedback from those around you. Talking about the idea we mentioned before, having a team that complements your skill sets will enable you to get differing perspectives on what you actually want to build. Building a robust team is about more than just getting people with strong pedigrees. You want to make sure you're not surrounded by yes men. Even if you're a senior leader in your company or you're the CEO of your business, your position doesn't matter. All that matters is the customer that you're serving. You want to make sure that when you walk into a meeting and you pitch an idea to your team, that they're able to provide feedback that will make the experience better for the customer. You want to think through their lens, not yours. So how can you really do this? Again, it's important to employ diverse perspectives and make sure that people have differing skill sets from yours. Certain companies even employ doc reading mechanisms where ideas are pitched through 6-page documents. Everyone takes time to read the document, give their ideas, and they kind of hash it out in a meeting. This way, the idea that comes out of the meeting is a lot better than what they went into it with. The last big idea is that AI is here to improve your work, not replace you. So you should learn how to use it. In software development, there's always been this idea of what's called a 10x engineer. Understanding that most engineers can do the work of one person, there's always been this special individual who can do the work of 10. Now, it's envisioned that with the power of AI, we're about to see the emergence of people who are 50x engineers or 100x engineers. AI can really help a person code. And so how can a person put out more code and produce better results than 100 of their peers? Nowadays, there's tons of coding assistants like Amazon Code Whisperer or ChatGPT that can help a person really do a lot more with their resources than they could before. For you to grow as a tech leader, it's important to have the skill of continuous learning and make sure you're caught up on AI trends. I would even say to be relevant at all as a tech leader in 3 to 5 years, you have to know at least how these technologies work. The good thing is there's tons of documentation nowadays that can really help you. You can use documentation from sources like Amazon SageMaker, documentation from Hugging Face, and Deep Learning even has a full generative AI course available on Coursera that you can use. Again, AI isn't here to replace you, it's just here to make people's lives better. And you want to be one of the people who can wield that power for your future business endeavors. If you want to learn more about becoming a leader in tech, you can actually subscribe to the channel or follow my newsletter down below for direct tips on how you can succeed. I send out free tech tips and do free coaching for other people who are looking to get into the tech industry and continue to grow. Feel free to subscribe to those for more resources.